Hello, I'm Davidson. I come from Oakland, California, and I'm here at Spring Wildfire 2017, and I taught a class on second-order patterns. So what makes something a second-order pattern? Well, for most spinning that we do, I would call this a zeroth-order pattern. This is just spinning. And the hand path, where your hand goes when you're just spinning, is a point in space. When we start moving our hand in a circle, as we would for this extension beat, or as we would for this 4-petal anti-spin flower, I would call this a first-order pattern. The fan is performing some more complex shape around our hand, which is just moving in a circle. Something like a cat eye would also be a first-order pattern. The hand path is just a line. So line, circle, first-order patterns. A second-order pattern is what you get when your hand path follows that more complex shape. So in this case, a 4-petal anti-spin flower, if my hand is following this path and the prop continues to move in an even more complex shape around that hand, second-order pattern. Today we studied 3 of them, 8-step caps, Zan's diamond, and a 6-petal flower. 8-step caps are a hybrid of Zan's diamond with one hand versus extension beat with the other hand. So we'll do the hands together first, and then I'll show them separately. Hands together at the top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you'll notice that my right hand is just doing 2 extension beats, 1 and 2, and my left hand is doing this pattern, 1 and then a half circle back, anti-spin beat and a half circle back, anti-spin beat and a half circle back, anti-spin beat and a half circle back, and we arrive back at the beginning. So all together, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The second pattern is both hands doing Zan's diamond simultaneously. And Zan's diamond is a 4-pointed second-order pattern. The hand path for it looks like that. And the prop path looks like that, with these little beats at the ends. So here's one version of Zan's diamond. We'll start with the props here. Back. And I want to point out that when we start changing the timing on this, we start to get a whole bunch of other versions of Zan's diamond. So I can start here, and if I start with my left hand before I start with my right hand, remember they're both going to start with glides like this, so the left hand might glide down, and then on the next beat the left hand might do this anti-spin, and the right hand will do the glide. So together that looks like this. I'm just going to start one beat ahead, anti-spin and glide, glide and anti-spin, anti-spin and glide, glide and anti-spin, etc. This gets quite complicated, and you can imagine that you could advance one hand by 1 beat, 2 beats, or even 3 beats, and then begin the movement from there. And each hand is still following the same hand path, so this is still a second-order pattern called Zan's diamond, but the combination of the 2 movements is going to look very different depending on where you start each one, timing-wise. Cool. The third thing that I taught was quite complex, not particularly useful for performance, mostly interesting if you are interested in this kind of thing. And it is a second-order pattern called a 6-petal flower. I'm going to use a hexagon around my body with flats at the bottom and the top, so there are going to be 2 diagonals here and 2 diagonals here, and then there are going to be diameters going across the center here, across the diagonal here, and across the diagonal here. So there's a hexagon around my body. Very unusual geometry for fans. I'm going to start in these 2 positions here. We'll rotate here. We'll do a beat like this. Now each beat is traversing only 2/3 of a circle. So here. And back.